Well, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Scoreline, brought to you by 1xBet. Now, don't waste a second with the 1xBet app. Africa's top bookmaker recommends its branded app for Android and iOS. Now, with just a few clicks, you can register, deposit, withdraw winnings, and enjoy seamless navigation for betting with the best odds in both a pre-match and live mode. So don't miss out. Use the promo code 1xAPA47, and of course you get to enjoy a lot that is on offer. Now today we'll be taking a look at some of the drivers that will be taking part in the WRC Safari Rally. I had a conversation with Jasmeet Chana. Later on in the show, we get to hear what he has to say about the 2025 edition of the Safari Rally, as well as also taking a look at what is happening in golf. And remember, today is the International Women's Day, so we get to celebrate women across the world. So we get to hear from the women that took part in the Sukuma Fest walk that took place early on in the morning at the Arboretum grounds. Now, let's begin Scoreline this afternoon by some football action. And the national under-17 girls football team, that is the Junior Starlets, is in Uganda, is in Kampala, Uganda, ahead of their tie against Uganda in the World Cup qualifiers this afternoon. So let's listen in to what the coach, that is Mildred Cheche, has to say about that game that will be taking place this afternoon. Yes, so of course we'll get to hear about the Junior Starlets, who will be who will be facing the teen Ugandans this afternoon in Kivubo in the World Cup qualifiers. Remember, Kenya took part in the Under-17 World Cup for the first time. The Under-17 national team, that is the Junior Starlets, became the first team, both men and women, to qualify for the World Cup. So they are eager to participate in the World Cup for a second time. Now, let's move away from that. Let's get into some golf action. And remember, yesterday we had the Fida, the third edition of the Fida charity golf that took place at the Royal Nairobi Club. And I had a chance of speaking to the Standard Group CEO, that is Marion Mwangi, as well as the Chief Justice, Martha Koome, who are participating in the charity golf. So let's listen in.
In the spirit of accelerating the woman, we did our best today with Anne here and took the whole match, although the last hole was not very good, but we won the match.
Yes, how are the greens today?
Quite good, actually. Roy is playing very well. I've missed this course. I haven't played here in a long time, but it's really, really good. I think they've done a good job, even with the changes on the course. It was fantastic.
Yes, a Standard Group coming in to support other women in this initiative by Fida. What do you have to say?
I think I keep saying in the company, it's our time. It's a time to drive the acceleration of action for women. Fida is well known as an organization that really does that. I'm so happy to see so many Fida ladies here today, just accelerating their message. And we as Standard as well, with her standards, have a platform where we create stories for women, and also for the time that is coming, where we need to just clear the way, and especially support the women who are in leadership. We need to have women who lead for long and many more years, and without throwing stones at the women, without saying too much.
Yes. Right. Finally, a message to the women out there ahead of the celebrations of the International Women's Day. What do you have to say to them?
Happy Women's Day. This action for accelerating women is you can take it in any way that you want to, but I encourage that you support the women around you, your mothers, your sisters, people who are coming up in careers, entrepreneurs, any woman that you can see during this week and continuing in the future. Just support women and their initiatives, because they have passion and they're committed to what they do, and they most importantly have completion, which is what we need.
Thank you very much, Marion, the CEO, Standard Group. Let's now speak to the Chief Justice of the Republic. How are you doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm doing very well.
Yes. How was the 4-ball that you played today?
Great company. Don't ask me my scores because I under practice. Yes. But I'm so grateful to Standard Group for supporting Fida, and you have done this, I think, in the last 3 years. And this time, we are encouraging women, wherever they are, to hold firmly whatever they are doing and accelerate the pace of that which you are holding on to and that which you are doing. It may be women in positions of leadership. We must hold firmly and bring out our best as we celebrate ourselves today and celebrate also the generations of women to come. We must make way for them and especially encourage them to be wholesome. Sports is important because we need to be physically, mentally, and spiritually fit. So I've really enjoyed this great company of two senior lawyers and Madam Marion Gadogo, a woman reader in the media, whom I celebrate because of leading the way in the field of media.
And I mean, there are many people that have come out to support this third edition of the Fida charity golf. And of course, what do you have to say about this whole initiative? I mean, the support that Fida is getting in having this annual charity golf, and the message to the women out there in these celebrations.
I think many more people should be encouraged to support FIDA because FIDA is a charitable organization that does amazing work of ensuring the rights of women and girls are protected, that the agenda for women's empowerment is always given the attention it deserves because the country is made up of women and men, but we are still a very patriarchal society. And therefore, many efforts like this to encourage FIDA, like I know FIDA has been trying to secure a home, to buy a house so that they stop paying rent. And that is for posterity, even for the future generations that come. They know there's a home for FIDA, there's a home for women, there's a home where you can find peace and where people can understand a woman. Because FIDA, over the years, has taken a lot of time to show the challenges that women face, merely because you are a woman. Yes.
Thank you very much, Madam CJ. And of course, we have to speak to everyone that was in this four ball. Yes, third edition of the FIDA annual charity golf. And the question is, have you managed to sustain this for 3 years?
I think the work of FIDA speaks for itself. I do stand here representing the KCB Bank, which is the signature sponsor for this year's edition of the tournament. I will remind women that KCB has said it's for people for better, and women are part of the people. Economic empowerment for women goes with all other rights. The right to life and everything else, then there's no economic empowerment, can be very dangerous. And therefore at KCB we have brought what is called FLAME, women-led enterprises, and I encourage women to come and benefit from the FLAME program that we are undertaking. There is flexibility in borrowing, there's flexibility in payment, there is education for women in running enterprises. For me, FIDA has done a great job in the rights for emancipation, for equality, even equal pay. But we also need to look at the economic and enterprise areas, and that's where we come in.
Thank you very much. Of course, a KCB company that is known to support sports in the country. And of course, look out for the World Rally Championship that will be happening from the 20th. They have 3 drivers that they've supported. We'll be looking forward to that. And finally, now that you are the winners, how does it feel?
It feels great to be a winner, and but I think the win is more in terms of what we've accomplished as FIDA, as an organization. And I must say that I'm most grateful to our sponsors in the past 3 years. The dream of Fida acquiring a home has been one we've held for a long time, and it's actually becoming a reality. Thank you to sponsors, KCB, Standard Group, Safaricom, Kenya Power. So many people have come out in support of women, the women's empowerment, through supporting Fida. And last but not least, to the CJ. Every time we have called her, she has stood with us. And even over the years. So we are most so grateful for your support over the years. And we look forward to partnering with more organizations to make Fida sustainable, and also other charities that support many women's initiatives, because we have to have a homegrown solution. So we are grateful that it is the local companies that are supporting us. And happy Women's Day.
And before I let you leave, did you expect such a big turnout? Because I know there are people that are even teeing off at around 2:30.
We did a lot of work, but also I think the support from Standard Advertising was great. They really mobilized for us. So thank you.
Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the Fida charity golf tournament that took place yesterday, it's the 3rd edition, and Ada Menach of Nyanza emerged as the winner. It's all about celebrating the International Women's Day that is happening today. Now, this year's edition of Eldoret City Marathon is expected to take place on the 27th of April, same day as London Marathon. And yesterday, Elvis Kosgei spoke to the race director, that is Moses Tanui, on what to expect. Let's listen in.
Eldoret City Marathon sitakuja tarehe 27 mwezi wa 4 mwaka huu, na ile kitu ya muhimu sana ni partnership ama MOU kati ya Ethiopia na Kenya, ama Eldoret City Marathon na the Great Ethiopian 10 kilometers. Tutafanya partnership hapa tarehe 26 mwezi wa 4. Hiyo ndio mpango yetu kubwa katika East Africa, because tumewaalika watu kutoka partners wetu kutoka Uganda na Tanzania. So tutakuwa hapa tarehe 26 kufanya hiyo MOU, na tunataka kupanua hizi mbio zetu, because sisi wanariadha wenye wamestaafu tunataka kurudisha kwa wananchi ama watu yetu vile tumefanya kazi, ni kama to give back to the community. So tumeamua mimi Kabra Selassie na Tanzania na Uganda tufanye partnership ili East Africa tujenge mbio zetu, ili hata wasungu wakuja wakimbia na sisi.
Kuna wengi ambao wangejiuliza labda tuzo ya mwaka huu itakuwa ni nini, wakimbiaji watarajie yapi, na mambo mengi tu ambayo mazuri ambayo watarajie.
Leo tutaanzisha registration, na mbio zetu itakimbiliwa tarehe ile nimesema, tarehe 27, na tuzo yenye tutapea wanariadha hatujabadilisha, ni bado 3.5 million shillings for the first female athlete and the first male athlete. So hiyo ndio tutapeana, because tunataka kupanua, because tukifanya vizuri mwaka huu na tupate sponsors wazuri, tukue na sponsors wengi, tutabadilisha hata nini tu, because sisi Eldoret City Marathon tunataka kupea wanariadha, sisi ndio tunataka kutumia hizo pesa. Tunataka kupea wanariadha ili waende wasaidike kwa ile nini mpango wa nyumbani wa kwao. So tungependa sana pengine miaka zijazo tuongeze hizo prize money na tulipe tena mpaka chini huko kama watu kama 50. Na mwaka huu tena ile kitu tutafanya, tutaingiza Paralympic, because that is part of the sport, and we want also to be holistic in maneno ya mbio. So tunataka kuona kila mtu ameingia Eldoret City Marathon, Paralympics, na watu wale wanajiweza tukimbia pamoja na tu celebrate siku hii ya Sunday ya 27.
Asante sana. Nitahusisha mwanariadha hapa, tuambie majina yake ni nani na matarajio yake yatakuwa ni yapi mwaka huu.
Naitwa Emily Chepkemoi Arusho.
Unatarajia yapi mwaka huu kwenye mashindano ya Eldoret City Marathon?
mwaka huu Eldoret City Marathon niko na prepare nikiomba pia Mungu nikuje ni defend my title.
Ni yapi ambayo umejifunza na ni yapi ambayo umefaidika kutokana na mbio hizi?
Kutokana na mbio hii ya Eldoret City Marathon imekuwa changamoto katika maisha yangu kwa sababu imenisaidia sana. Nilikimbia kutoka 2021, 2022, then 2023 tulikosa kukimbia, 2024 ndio nilikimbia pia nikakuwa mshindi. Nafurahia sana kwa hii mbio ya Eldoret City Marathon. Tunajiprepare kukimbia.
Huo ushindi wako ulibadilishaje maisha yako?
Ushindi wangu ilibadilisha maisha yangu sana kwa sababu maisha yenye nilikuwa nayo sasa hivi maisha yangu naishi maisha mazuri. Nashukuru sana.
Asante sana. Kwa kifupi tu tumesikia jinsi wanariadha wamesema, jinsi mwasisi Moses amesema, una neno lipi?
Mimi napongeza Moses na Eldoret City kwa kuandaa hii mbio na itakuwa kwa manufaa sana, itawasaidia wakimbiaji zaidi. Asante sana.
Matarajio yako ni yapi mwaka huu?
I do expect that watakimbia time nzuri na watatunukiwa vilivyo.
Je, ni kipi ambacho ungependa labda uonelee kwa yale maono ambayo Moses anayo? Kipi tofauti ambayo kitakuridhisha mwaka huu?
Kitu ambacho kitaridhisha mimi mwaka huu ni mambo kuhusu climate change, mambo ya kupanza miche, na hiyo itaniridhisha sana juu ukiangalia saizi kuna mambo ya climate change na sio sawa sana. Asante.
Asante sana. Neno lako la mwisho?
Boit. Mimi ni chairman athletics Uasin Gishu County. Na yangu tu ni kuwashukuru Bwana Moses na viongozi wote pamoja na sponsors kwa sababu ya hii event. Miaka hizo zote tumefanya kazi nzuri na tunatarajia mwaka huu ili ipate tufanye kwa njia inayofaa. Na kitu cha muhimu sana ni kufanyia wanariadha haki yao ndio wapate kufurahia ushindi yao.
Well, of course, the Eldoret City Marathon, the 2025 edition, will be held on the 27th of April in Eldoret City. Now, let's get to some news on celebrating women. And Jane Mwikali Makau, the chairperson of the Betting Control and Licensing Board, that BCLB, was honored with the prestigious Regulatory Alliance Award 2025 at the 2025 Gaming Expo held in Lagos. Now, this recognition celebrates Kenya's BCLB's gaming standards across Africa, fostering collaboration and also ensuring regulatory excellence. Yes, according to Dr. Makau's leadership, Kenya has become a benchmark for responsible gaming and of gaming regulations. And in light of this honor, BankBet conveyed their heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Makau and her team, applauding their continued dedication to streamlining and strengthening the gaming industry in Kenya. Jane Mwikali being honored in Lagos she's the head of the Betting and Licensing Board of Kenya, that is BCLB. Now, I want us to take a short break. When we come back, we'll get to hear what Jasmeet Chana has to say about his expectations on this year's edition of the Safari Rally that will be taking place from the 20th to the 23rd of March at Naivasha in Nakuru County. But remember, it's all about 1xBet, and of course with the 1xBet, which is Africa's top bookmaker and recommends it branded app for Android and iOS. Now, with just a few clicks, you can register, deposit, withdraw winnings, and enjoy seamless navigation for betting. They have the best odds for pre-match and post-match, and of course, rather pre-match and live mode. So don't miss out and use the promo code 1XUPPER47. So we take a short break. When we come back, we'll shift gears to what is happening in motorsports.
Exciting kids shows to keep the little ones entertained.
You got it, dude.
Experience the thrill of live sports on La Liga and Bundesliga. For every mood, for every moment. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Kilichonishawishi upole wako na heshima yako. Wazazi wangu wamekusifia sana kwa tabia yako. Sura yako ya upole inanivutia. Shepu twiga mwenda pole najivunia. Oh, tupeane mapenzi iwachome.
Dial star 811 star 920 hash to get Natamba by Aslay.
This March on Star Times, enjoy non-stop drama, romance, and intrigue. Renew your subscription to enjoy intense battles in a fight for survival on Gangs of Manila. The gripping tale of fate on Wild Heart.
I loved you so much.
Heartwarming power of dreams on Hands on the Dream. Love against all odds on Soulmates. The flutter of love at first sight on Eclipse of the Heart.
You've also become the queen of my heart.
Renew your subscription today to never miss a moment of the best of global dramas on your Star Times decoder. Download the Star Times On app to enjoy unlimited entertainment anytime, anywhere. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Tunatengeneza machine za CNC. Inamaanisha kwa kimombo computer numeric control. Inamaanisha ni kama machine yenye inatumia computer kwa akili. Tuko na machine inakata mbao, vitu za plastic. Hizi zenye unaona zikionyesha huko signages, milango, hizo milango unaona zimechongwa. Inaweza kuwa imechongwa kama uso yako. Vitu za interior design, watu wa interior deco, tunakuja tunakatia. Hata design yetu ukitoa kwa kichwa utuletee, sisi ni wale watu wenye tutatafuta na nafsi vile tunaweza ifanya.
We are back at it. Two men, born with the same chances, but shaped by different choices.
This land will be destroyed.
Brace yourself for an epic journey through the pages of the Bible as we bring you the gripping tale of the rich man and Lazarus.
Now, you imposter! Get out! You false prophet!
Intertwined with other powerful biblical stories, our friendship once unbreakable, now poisoned by betrayal, greed, and desire.
You cannot get married to that woman. And who are you to tell me what I can and cannot do?
But beyond the veil of life, death stands waiting. One man will suffer in the flames of torment for eternity. The other will find everlasting peace in the arms of Abraham.
Father Abraham.
Who will fall? Who will rise? It's more than a story. It's a revelation. An extravaganza like no other. Only on KTN.
Lazima wai, tuna finish kumalo. Round this tuna finish kumalo. Lazima wai, tuna finish kumalo. Kubash to life tuna malo. Wai, tuna finish kumalo. Ay, kwa Yesu kuna bamba. Nilimdigi kwa sheni kwetu kubamba.
Welcome back to Scoreline. My name is Robinson Okenya. Remember, Scoreline is brought to you by 1xBet, which is Africa's top bookmaker and recommends it's a branded app for Android and iOS. You can register, deposit, withdraw winnings, and enjoy seamless navigation for betting with the best odds in both pre and live modes. Now, don't miss out. Use the promo code 1XApp47 and receive for registration to receive a 200% bonus of up to 20,000 Kenyan shillings and experience all the benefits of the platform. Now, I want us to get into some news on celebrating women. Remember, today is the International Women's Day, and early on in the morning today, we had the Sukuma Fest walk, which took place at Arboretum Grounds in Nairobi. And remember, they say the theme for this year's is She Sweats, She Leads. So I had a chance of speaking to the organizers on the walk and also what it's the significance of the walk to them. And remember, they say that it's also a way of sensitizing the nation on non-communicable diseases. Let's take a look.
Thank you for inviting us to this walk that you're having today on the International Women's Day. Please tell us what it is all about, the walk that you had here at Arboretum Grounds.
My name is Kwani Mwangi, Director and Partner for SWEAT. SWEAT means Sukuma Wellness Experience for Active Transformation. Being an International Women's Day, we decided to do the charity walk, and we are focusing on non-communicable diseases. At the moment, we're working more with the cancer space, whereby we have our cancer survivors, we have our cancer patients, and the caregivers, of which today the walk was purposely for them. And we just want to say we appreciate them, we thank them, and happy International Women's Day.
Yes, you had the walk here. I mean, where did the idea of having a walk in Nairobi come from?
So what happened is, most of the time we've been doing indoors dance, but this time around we decided, because International Women's Day falls on a Saturday, why don't we try an outdoor activity? That is where the idea of Arboretum came, because of the cancer patient survivors and caregivers. This is the best place for them to be, because it's a short track.
Are you happy with the turnout?
Absolutely, we are happy, and we really appreciate the Arboretum Nairobi for giving us that opportunity to use the park.
Yes. Now, aside from having a walk, this is also an initiative that you're doing to, also sensitize people on diseases that we have in the country. What can you say about the diseases that you're trying to sensitize people about?
So what we have is, when you look at non-communicable diseases, these are also called the lifestyle diseases. You're looking at diabetes, you're looking at cancer, you're looking at high blood pressure. All this is caused by lifestyle, what we eat. So anything that you put into your mouth is what causes the lifestyle diseases or non-communicable diseases. So exercise is a very key activity, and we just want to tell people to keep exercising. The best you can do is keep moving. Yes.
Keep moving. Now, the last time we were with the guys from Sukuma, we were with Munira, and of course she's not addressed as the last time we met. Munira, what's different today?
Today it's we are celebrating International Women's Day, 1. 2, since it's March, we are doing an outdoor activity as for program. As I told you last year, we have full program for the whole year. And for this day, it was intentionally to be done an outdoor activity. Yeah.
Yes, last time we were together, it was all about sweating. You had it was all about Sweat Fest. You had a number of people working out, but how can you term today's experience from the last event that you guys had?
Today it was a walk compared to the other time, whereby we did an indoor gym workout. There's a difference, but all in all, sweats, we had to sweat.
When are we looking forward to the next Sweat Fest 2025?
2025 Sweat Fest, we have 2. The main one will be in November, but June we'll have another Sweat Fest. So we'll have 2. June for celebrating mental health and wellness, and then in November we celebrate closing the year, reminding people what they need to do before the break for the holidays. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Munira. And Caro, last time we met, it was along Ngong Road, and it was all about Sweat Fest at 2024, the final event of the year. You had a conglomerate of people that had come out to, you brought together lots of people that were working out, but today is different. Today it was a walk on the International Women's Day. What do you have to say about it?
First of all, happy International Women's Day to all the women in the world, especially to my cancer warriors. My name is Karuan. I'm a caregiver. I'm a mental wellness coach. What we did this time, it's different from last time, because this time we felt since November, most people had not gone out to do workouts. So we decided, let's do an outdoor activity.
Karo, are you saying we are not fit?
Yes, because you ate a lot over the holidays in December. So we need to cut those calories. And I think with the walk, people have showed us that at least they're getting back on feet, and we are looking more to having more patients, more survivors, more caregivers on board. And to the Sukuma family, the Sweat entire family, I give my gratitude on behalf of all the survivors, the caregivers, and the patients. They've been of good support to us, and would love to ask more partners to partner with them, more sponsors to come on board, because what Sweat does to the cancer community and the people in the NCDs means non-communicable diseases, it's more a lot. They take care, apart from the Sweat, the fitness part, we also have the mental challenge, the mental health part. We also have, sometimes they even do food packages for the survivors and patients. So that's something very good, and we pray to God that they get more sponsors and get more partners. Yes.
Thank you very much, Caro. Now they call you Bash. Why?
Because I'm Bashman.
Yes. You said that you're Bashman, and you are the person in charge of taking people through after the walk or before the walk, taking people through stretching and making sure that the quads are okay, that there are no tears that are happening. I mean, how was today's event?
Today was massive. The turn-up was okay. We appreciated everyone who supported us today, and we're looking forward to serve them.
What can you say about this event happening in Kenya in comparison to how it is in Uganda?
Well, I think today and the one for Kenya, always people are always supportive, and the turn-up is always massive. Not like the one for Uganda, but both are really massive. But regardless, we move.
Yes. What got you into fitness?
Well, when I joined fitness, first I thought that this is just dancing, but as I kept on doing it, I kept on upgrading myself, like from the dancing to now dance fitness. Yeah, because we're representing two things, that's dance and fitness. So yeah, that's how I got into the fitness.
So unaweza anguka nayo?
Anguka nayo.
So let's speak to a lady here, of course, who is who emboldens all this story that we are speaking about, fitness, and of course Caro had spoken about the event being about awareness of non-communicable diseases, and she's a fighter. What's your name?
My name is Eunice Mwende Motiso, and I am a breast cancer survivor of almost a decade now. At the moment, I live with stage 4 breast cancer. And as we know, cancer, one of the risk factors of cancer is obesity and also lack of physical inactivity. So that's one of the reasons why I started being fit or looking after my physical activity. And that is one of the reasons I would urge people to join Sukuma. Why not come, as you lower the risk of getting cancer, you also are surrounded with people who have good vibes and you enjoy yourself, you dance, and you're also doing activities and giving back to the community as we raise cancer awareness, as we commemorate this day of Women's Day. So yeah,
So what do you think of such initiatives, having walks, having initiatives such as Sukuma Sweat Fest, and events that are trying to sensitize people about the effects of cancer, and trying to make sure that the message is out there that you should keep fit?
I really love such events and such initiatives, mainly because I remember, like, when I was diagnosed in 2016 at 23 years old, there was a lot of stigma around cancer. I barely was talking about it because I was fearing the stigma around me, not just from people who I didn't know, but even within the family. So I think these activities make a lot of sense. They are educating the public. We are seeing people like me who are coming out sharing their stories to just show that there is life beyond a cancer diagnosis, and we are getting so much support which we need from programs such as this, and events and organizations such as Sukuma. So I really urge people out there to support such initiatives, and to also come up with different initiatives to raise awareness, and to also show other cancer survivors and caregivers that there is life beyond this.
Thank you very much, Mwende. And finally, how many kilometers did you cover today?
I covered more than 4 kilometers.
4 kilometers. I thought you would say 10. I thought you would say 10.
Plus the dance, that was more than 10 kilometers.
Yes, your thoughts on the first Sweat Fest, initiatives that are trying to sensitize people on keeping fit, as well as the initiatives that are spreading the message out there about the diseases, lifestyle diseases that we have.
This is quite a nice event. I would recommend anybody to join, not only those people who have been affected by NCDs. Anyone is supposed to come and join Sweat, because Sweat is that free activity that you do in the morning, and by afternoon, like now, you're done. Before midday, you're done. And actually, for the survivors, I think this is the way to go. As a survivor, I would tell them, don't look at the cancer journey, look at the fitness journey and how it can improve your life and make your health thrive, and even become a more cheerful person. Because not a day that we run a Sweat Festival and you left not smiling. I mean, like, you're always smiling when you're doing Sweat Festival. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm wishing you all the best. Asante sana. Well, that is all about Sukuma Fest walk that took place today in the morning at Arboretum grounds. Now, let's take a look at a young star who's aiming to make a name, or rather to leave her mark in weightlifting. And the National Club Youth Junior and Seniors Weightlifting Championships took place, or rather kicked off today in the morning in Nairobi. And Linda Amanda is one of the rising stars who aims to represent Kenya at the international scene. Davis Mberia had a conversation with her and some of her coaches, and this is what they had to say.
My name is Amanda Lina from Langata Weightlifting Club.
Maybe how was today?
So today I would say it was good because I managed to do my personal record. That was 50 kilograms. Yeah.
Weight lifting 50 kilograms, that means this is one of your maximum. How can you talk about it, and maybe do you think training has really about some fruits today?
It was such a nice feeling because doing something that you've never even done, like lifting a weight that you've never even done, it's such a nice feeling. Yeah.
Talk to us about your category. Does it have competitors who push you to do better every now and then?
I'm in the 48 category, but I don't have any competitors. It doesn't mean that I continue like dragging myself because I don't have competitors. This means that I should work hard, because when I go to compete with other countries, I'll find other people who work harder than me. Yeah.
Of course, there are some things that you're going to work on in your training, and of course you'll be better in the next competition. Talk to us about some things you noticed today.
What I noticed today about my other teammates is that focus is one thing that is the key, and listening to coach. Yes.
You were introduced to weightlifting at a tender age, and someone may ask, where did the interest come from?
So I was a small child who loved going to see my other teammates training. So I always peep on the door, and then one day the coach saw me and called me, and that's how I joined weightlifting. Yeah.
Of course, there are some people whom you look up to and they've been motivating you. Maybe they're present, they're not present, they're in the country, and maybe they're taking part in the international scene. Who are these people?
First of all, I'll say my coach, and then my other senior is called Rachel Enoch, who is a East African champion.
How does it seem to you? Does it motivate you that one day you're going to represent Kenya at the international scene and talk about the Olympics, the World Championships, and other games maybe?
Yeah, it does motivate me because Rachel started weightlifting at a very tender age, like I have started weightlifting. So that means that when I keep on pushing, I'll be like Rachel.
Coach, thank you very much. Just introduce yourself and talk to us about today's event, and maybe talk about Amanda. She has been impressive in her category and she's doing well.
My name is Douglas Loto. I'm the weightlifting coach. With regards to today's tournament, we have the Interclubs National Weightlifting Championships, which the youth, junior, and the seniors are competing. Yeah.
Maybe we have two categories. What is the difference when it comes to the senior and maybe the juniors?
The juniors, we have kids who are 13 to 17 as for now. Yeah. And we also have seniors, those who took part in the African Junior and Youth Championship that were held here in Kenya last year. They've moved to the seniors, so they're going to give the seniors a run for their money. Yeah.
Amanda is one of the, of course, upcoming weightlifters that are doing so well. How can you talk about her and her performance so far?
Amanda is really improving, despite her being a student, and sometimes we have to balance between education and training. But we can rate her performance as impressive. Yeah, she's really improving. Yeah.
She's talked about in her category not having a competitor, and this means there's no one who is pushing her to the limits because she's not competing with anyone. Do you maybe plan to field another maybe player, at least to give her some tackle?
Yeah, we are trying. So she has to train with someone who's more stronger than her. We have Masike Rubo and Rachel Echeng, who are maybe 20 kilos.
Well, of course, the ambitions of Linda right there. Now, I want us to get into some motorsport action, and Jasmeet Iceman Chana is eyeing a podium finish at this year's edition of the Safari Rally. He missed out on the 2024 edition because his car came late, that is a day to the competition, so he couldn't participate in last year's edition. And he says that in his new Ford Fiesta, he's ready to give a challenge to the big boys.
So far, everything is going well. We did a small test on the weekend with the car, and basically everything went as planned. Right now what we're doing is just making sure that everything is in nick, and a rally car is never finished. There's small jobs always left, so that's what we're trying to finish. At the same time, we have some spares coming in from the UK, from M Sport. Those are just going to be spare. So yeah, everything looks good for us for the Safari.
Missing out on 2024, how did that make you feel?
Well, it was sad. It was a long scenario. We were told by the airline that you'll get your car in time, so we were excited. New car, new rally, and then Thursday lunchtime we were told, sorry, you can't receive the car until the following week. So, but we had nothing better to do, or nothing we could do, because the Evo was already sold, and it was out of our hands. So they say whatever happens for the best. So, but it was sad, watching and hearing that there's a rally going on and you're sitting at home. It was a sad case scenario, but then again, like we said, always things happen for good.
You say things happen for a good reason. Changing from the Evo to the Fiesta, I mean, what are the differences?
There are huge differences. Power to weight ratio on this car is totally different. This car only weighs around 1250, 1200 kilos, where the Evo is at 1700 kilos. The torque on this car is much higher than the Evo. Top speed, the Evo is a bit more quicker, but then again, if you do the calculations, by the time you're doing a 1 kilometer stretch and you get to that top speed, this one's already at its peak and at the top speed. So you're actually quicker in this.
Are you saying there were no attachments to the Evo?
That was one car that really touched my heart because it never gave up on me. It never stopped on me. We treated it well. I hope she does as well. It's a learning curve. I've only done, basically 2 rallies in this car, which was Nyanyuki and Arusha. Nyanyuki we finished 2nd overall. Arusha, I thought, let me get a bit wild with it and see what it can do, but I guess I was a bit too wild, and we hit a ditch where we bent the steering rod, and yes, we couldn't continue after that. Yeah.
Because you retired in Arusha, probably you said that you wanted to get a bit wild and see what you can do. Did you experience, the full potential of it?
Basically in Arusha, yes, because we had very long stretches. I mean, 2.5 kilometers, 2.6 kilometers of straights. I could actually, sit in the car, do a few setups on my own, see where I am comfortable with the car. We actually know the RAV limiter is working on the car. So yes, it was a good learning curve. I now know what to hit and what not to hit, what corner to take at what speeds. Totally different from the Evo. The Evo would take a little bit more hammering. She's a bit fragile, but at the same time quicker.
Now that the rally is a few days away from us, I mean, what are your personal expectations from the safari?
Well, I've always respected the safari. Everyone, on paper, it seems very easy. When you look at the itinerary, you're like, only 38 Ks, only 28 Ks, but it's grueling. Safari needs to be given its respect, no matter, our forefathers did 4,000 or 5,000 kilometers of that rally. We're only doing, I think, 800 a day or 300 a day competitive. But still, it's double time. Not forgetting that it's from the word go, you're actually at par. So big difference between the old safari and this. It takes a toll on the human, on the car, and the terrain. The terrain is what actually maximizes on you health-wise. If you get lethargic, tired, that's what starts getting you away from the visions. You start seeing that you're not going to make it. So basically, you need to be a bit fit. At the same time, just concentrate. Yeah.
Yes, you're taking part in the safari, at the same time taking part in the African Rally Championship. 2 events in one. Does that give you thoughts like, let me try and see, how good I can be against the foreigners, and while still thinking that, what I need to win the Kenyan edition of the ARC?
Well, the difference here is all the WRC2 drivers, most of them, should I say, do rallying for a living. Very big difference. Whereas, we sit in a car once a month and drive off. We will give them a fight. Advantage for us, home ground. We know the terrain. We know where to push, where not to push. Their advantage, they break something, they know they're going to get a new one. So let's see. We will play with their heads, with their minds, and I'm sure it will be interesting fighting with them. The other thing is, when it comes to rain in Kenya, it plays a major part. And being locals, we have driven in such conditions, so we know how to play the game at that moment. So we hope for a little bit of rain, just to make the level field very open, so we can fight with them.
Yes, last year the expectations were high, but you were not there. People expected, from the previous rallies that probably we'll have a Kenyan pushing the big boys, but that did not happen. And now people will be looking at you with the new car, missing out on last year. They want to see whether you can at least push the big boys when it comes to the safari. Do you feel that gives you pressure?
Well, I've never driven under pressure. Once I sit in this seat, I don't care what's behind me, in front of me, or around me. I guess that's why a friend of mine called me Iceman, because I just stay chilled. Once I'm in the car, so basically I'm switched off and I'm concentrating, but we will fight. My last few rallies with the Evo, we actually were driving 100%. With this, I know now that I can push it at certain limits, and we have a very good arrangement in Kenya that we have very good rally drivers, local drivers like Carl Tundo. We have Karan Patel. So it will be a nice way of judging where we stand against them as well. And most interesting is that we're all excited to be in there. Yeah.
And let's talk about rallying is not cheap. Yes.
Wacha jibu.
Support you for this rally, because the talk out there is some of the drivers probably did not want to participate because of the financial muscle that you need to get into the rally.
Obviously, yes, it's not a cheap sport. I would like to thank Ruby's Energy Limited for the opportunity for me to get this lady here.
Yes.
If it was not for them, this dream would have not been finished. Maybe would still be with the Evo. So I would like to thank them sincerely from my heart for supporting me, in trusting in me. And yes, it's very hard for an upcoming young driver to come up and start rallying.
Well, of course, that is Jasmeet Chana, and is normally referred to as Iceman, seeking to give the big boys a run for their money at this year's edition of the Safari Rally that will be taking place from the 20th to the 23rd of March in Naivasha. That is in Nakuru County. And that is where we wrap up Scotland this afternoon. But remember, 1xBet, which is Africa's Africa's top bookmaker, and it recommends the branded app for Android and iOS. And with just a few clicks, you can register, deposit, withdraw winnings, and enjoy seamless navigation for betting with the best odds in both pre and live modes. Now, don't miss out. Use the promo code 1XAPA47, and of course with the registration you receive a 200% bonus of up to 20,000 Kenya shillings and experience all the benefits on this platform of 1xBet. And that is where we wrap up Scotland this afternoon. My name is Robinson Okenya. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.